Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Arbel, your freelance big sis, and we are here today with a student spotlight that I would love to highlight. Leslie is a student in the UGC Edge program as well as in the community and just recently had her first order after just a couple of weeks. Hello, Leslie. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yes, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am a Gen X UGC creator. I just became that. 51 years old. I don't know if it looks that, but I try my best. But
You look amazing.
thank you. And I'm a mom of a 16-year-old influencer, a wife too. But I've been in this industry by default because my daughter's in it the last 4 years. So I have been managing her as an influencer. So I see brand deals. Obviously, it's different as an influencer than a UGC creator because she has to post on her platforms. But I've gotten a lot of experience behind the scenes, editing, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes she has me in her videos with her as her mom. So been in the camera before. I decided that I wanted to make my own income as a UGC creator. I did see last year flipping through TikTok, people talking about UGC, and I'm like, but then I was like, I decided this year I'm going to go for it. I started my own TikTok account with the spin of being a mom of a influencer, Mama Han official.
That's you?
Yeah.
I had no idea, and you're in my lives, and I'm like, hey, Mama Han. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's me.
That's usually, oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah. So there you go. So I just got myself out there. And from there, my goal was to get onto TikTok Shop, which I did that. I started this account in end of September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, end of September. And my daughter really helped me too. So we did a lot of TikToks together, like trends, dancing, whatever. She would tag me because she's got 640,000 followers on TikTok and she's verified.
Wow, and verified.
So I delved into TikTok Shop a little bit, not live, but just shoppable videos, giving me experience.
Yes, that's such a good way to get practice and experience. Have you had some sales? Have you had some success?
Not really.
But it was good experience to get in front of the camera and really try and sell products on camera, which is really important for UGC. So when did you kind of decide to segment into UGC from that?
So first I ran across Megan and then I ran across you. So I took her course and then I ran across you and I'm like, wow, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this course too. So I saw your live. So that's how that kind of came about. And I'm like, okay, she really knows about Fiverr and I don't know anything about it. I thought that was huge value right there. So I needed to know what was going on with that and how to learn how to use it. And so that's
awesome.
why I took the course and it's been very helpful.
Awesome. What was the most appealing factor for you to pursue Fiverr versus trying to get clients on your own?
Having it already out there, just putting in the hard work, putting the gigs together, that was definitely a struggle for me. But nicely, like I was literally doing it as you were talking during the course. But you do have to stop and think about important information you're putting in there, like keywords or whatever, like all that stuff. So that took a while. But once it's up, like it's out there. Like I don't have to do anything. So they come to me. And that's what happened.
Tell me what happened. When did you create your gigs and you got your first order?
I created my first gig before Christmas, and then I had to wait for the W-9 form to be approved. And then it was holiday, right? So then I'm like, okay, like New Year, it's gonna happen. Then I posted in the community group, and you said to do another gig, but change it a little bit. So I did that, but the thing is that I got the gig through the other one, the main one, the first one.
Oh, you did? Okay. So you went in and created that other, I remember now your intro video and I was like, oh my God, this looks so good, but just change a couple things. I think I had you put your samples up front a little bit more. And then your title, I was unsure of because it was very short. It was just like, I will create relatable UGC videos, I think. And I think I remember posting in the community being like, I'm not too sure about how keyword rich that gig title is, but let's leave it and let's see what happens. And it produced.
Because it was sitting longer in Fiverr, I don't know.
Could be. That's why I'm always so hesitant to tell you exactly what to put, because if it's not like a red flag, I'm like, you know what, leave it. Let's see what happens, because we never know. Like it could just take off and that works and don't touch it. So you set up your gig, that main gig, before Christmas of 2024, and then you got your first order on January what? 15th, 14th, I think it was.
It was the 15th.
So what, like 3 weeks, something like that, weeks from when you set up your gig. Tell me how you felt when you actually got the request and you were like, wait, is this spam or is this like a legit request? What was that like for you?
Well, that's the thing, is that I was getting spam.
Yeah.
Like I got 2 prior to that, and I'm like, ah, geez, here we go. When I saw that, I was like, wait. And then that's why the community is so important to me, is because I need a little hand holding, right? So that's what I felt like I needed. So I screenshot that, put that in the group, tagged you, and it's like, is this a scam or is this real? But I think it might be real. And you were like, yes, it looks legit. So I'm like, yes. My husband, oh my God, like, I'm so proud of you. And my daughter's, wow, Mom, you go. But yeah, so I was like really like excited. And I was like, wait, oh my gosh, wait, how much? He wants it in one day? Like, he wants it tonight? Ooh, I know. I'm definitely going to charge him for the expedite. Like, why not?
Tell me how you quoted him, because I'm still in shock by the price that you did as your first order, brand new seller, brand new UGC creator. Like, amazing. Tell me about the breakdown of the order.
So my packages range from $40 to $160. So the basic is $40. As I think that's fair. I mean, for a beginner. And then $80 for the middle package, and then premium is $160. So he wanted 2 videos, 1 shot vertical, 1 shot horizontal, and it's just a script read. It's not just a script read, but you also have to put a teleprompter on your phone and make it look like you're not reading. It has a struggle, especially the horizontal, when the camera's like over here and you're like, your eyes are like in the... That was really stressful. But anyways, so it was just 2 videos. It sounded like a law firm script read. So they wanted it that night. This is like probably a good, easy beginner UGC project. Yeah. That's how I felt.
Yes. I agree.
It wasn't anything where I have to do a B-roll or like that. I'm like, that kind of gets me nervous, but I'm going to do it. But yeah, so I packaged it together. It's going to be about 45 to 60 seconds. All right, I know that's the premium package, right? 160. Boom. Okay. So then he says he wants it that night. Okay, that's expedite. That's an extra $100. I added that. Now, I could have charged him $320, which is times 2 because there's 2 videos.
Right.
But since it was my very first gig and I wanted to work with him again, I decided to give him one of the videos for free.
Oh, nice. So it came to $260. For your first order. And I love that mentality. I love that you thought that ahead of time, because he did come back.
Yeah.
He legit came back. Now we need to talk a little bit more about usage rights. I know we were talking about that earlier and kind of baking that in. So we can definitely talk about that. But I feel like, first of all, just congratulations on your first order. That is a really big amount for your very first order. That's really exciting. And you're a newer UGC creator as well. So you got the deal, you got the experience. Now we're learning as we're going, and you're learning very quickly, which a lot of people go through months of that trial period where they're just not even bothering with rights. They're not bothering with any extras. They just want the orders, which is a good approach. There's nothing wrong with that. But I love that after your first one, you're like, okay, I'm already ready to change some things up. So now for your second one, how do you feel like we can kind of move things up, like continue to move things up? Do we feel like with usage rights and terms, we should just basically give them? Do you feel like you want to charge for them? What do you think?
I definitely think it's fair I charge for them if they're going to be putting ads behind it, because without me, they wouldn't be happening. So.
Exactly. Yeah. I think you definitely can do that. And I think just specifying how long they can run it for, 6 months, 12 months. What I have started to do, which is a little bit of a newer strategy, is just baking that in right away. So like, let's say that $40 15-second order, for instance, we'll just talk about that, like that first package. If they say, hey, I would like a 15-second script read, for instance, that's just usually $40. But then I will go ahead and just give my quote and be like, okay, for instance, that's going to be $65 with, 6 months of usage rights or ad rights. And that way it's just already kind of telling them it's a little bit extra. Here are the rights. I'm already giving it to you. And now that starts the conversation of, well, I actually don't need 6 months. I need 12 months. I need unlimited. So it gives them the chance to tell me exactly what they need without me having to ask them what they need and saying, hey, are you going to use this for ads? And then they're like, wait, they're going to charge me more. So definitely just having that into your quote right away, I feel like will be really helpful. So how much do you think you would charge for the ad rights for that video, for instance? Back on you.
Gosh, that was one of my questions I wanted to ask you. I'm like, I have no idea what to charge. I'm clueless. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. So what I would do is I would first see where that video is going to be held. So I would look up their Instagram page. I would look them up on Meta Ads library just to see if they already have ads running. And as you could see in the community, they've actually worked with a couple of the students in the community. Like,
Yeah,
oh, we
that's
worked with
great
them.
because
Yeah.
I don't know based on like on Fiverr, like the offers, I don't know what law firm it is. I have no clue, and I don't know where it's going. I have
Yeah.
no. You just said social media ads. That's it.
Yeah. So that would probably be like for me, I would probably charge a lower amount because they don't have a big presence. Like if Petco hired you, obviously that's going to be a totally different discussion, you know, but if it's something like that, it could be on the lower end. It doesn't need to be a high amount and it could be for 6 months, you know, and then that will start that conversation. I know price and money is super important, but it's also really important to get those reviews up. And because you now know that he's actually going to leave you a review on the second one. So that will be your second review, which will be really helpful for future orders.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I would take that particular buyer. You know what I mean? Yeah. How did UGC Edge and the community really help you with getting this first order and getting started?
Wow. I mean, it helped tremendously, obviously. The Edge course itself is laid out very nicely. I liked how you have it all laid out. And also the interview that you did with other students as well, I found them to be very helpful.
Oh, great.
Sure.
I'm glad.
Yep. And then obviously the Facebook group, I feel like I've been posting in there a lot. So obviously it's been very helpful, and the rest of the students in there as well, just reading their stuff. I may come across something they already went through or something, like, you know what I mean? So I think it's overall very helpful and I recommend highly.
Thank you, Leslie. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm so proud of our community, and I absolutely love when new students jump in and they're just like in the group. Like they're not like, oh, I'm new, I shouldn't. Like that's what it's there for. It's literally been my goal since I started this whole thing, is to always have a community that comes with the program so that you can really get the help you need and grow a lot faster. Like you're already on track to be growing a lot faster than like I did, or for a lot of Fiverr sellers who start without any kind of backing or anything. So I'm really happy that you're integrated in the community. Post away. Don't ever feel like you're posting too much or whatever. Like we have a lot of information to share. So that's really awesome. Thank you so much.
I also love the education part of it. I would love, as a long-term goal, is to also do what you're doing.
Yes.
Like help other people, because I love helping people too. So.
That's amazing. I'm actually going to be coming out with an affiliate program like literally in the next couple days. So if you're ever interested in talking about the community or talking about your experience teaching others, you can always use the affiliate for UGC Edge and get a nice commission on that, especially that you've had success with it. I 100% agree. And I tell this when I'm live. I talk about it all the time. Diversification is key. I relied solely on Fiverr for a long time and it was great. But when I had that whole de-ranking of my gig, I was like, never again. Video content creation can be split up into so many different income streams, from UGC to Amazon influencer, TikTok shop, being a content creator, selling a course. Like there's just so many ways to make money through video content. So absolutely, I feel like you should definitely branch out, which reminds me also to create those other gigs for you on Fiverr, which is great too. Creating multiple different services that you can add to your portfolio. Definitely.
Obviously, I've had so much with my daughter's career.
That's incredible. Is she 16, you said? Wow. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
She has a really good one with Temu, which I'm also talking to them for myself.
Ooh.
But her situation is she has to post, for example, she had to do 4 videos and put them on Instagram, TikTok, and also YouTube Shorts.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
obviously she picked out a ton of different holiday stuff, Christmas pajamas. I got some stuff too. And so we had to do 4 different videos, and she would get paid a certain amount. And we've been working with Temu for the past 2 years. But I reached out to my contact there and they said, hey, just to let you know if you have something, but they do paid videos and then they don't post it on their stuff.
Does your daughter also have a following on Shorts and Instagram?
Yeah, she's verified on YouTube as well. She's got 119,000
Wow.
YouTube. Yeah. She got that all through Shorts. shorts mostly, not long form.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is her handle?
Jordynne Hahn, Jordynehahn.
Yeah.
She started when she was 12, and so
Wow.
she really built that up, obviously, the amount
Yes.
of numbers she has. She's hoping to get to 1 million followers.
If you don't mind me asking, as a mom, raising someone who is on camera, on social media at 12, right? She started. What was that like for you? Like, did she ask to have an account? You know, I have a 7 and 4-year-old,
Yeah.
and I know that they are like, they see me on camera as a UGC creator. You know what I mean? Like, I'm recording myself all the time. I'm on camera. Sometimes we'll watch the videos on YouTube so I can check the resolution so they see what I'm doing. And my 7-year-old will pull up her iPad and she'll just start recording herself. And, you know, she'll be talking, she'll be showing her squishmallows and, you know, whatever, like fun 7-year-old stuff. And I've thought about that. When she becomes 10, 11, 12, and she wants to start a channel, I would love to help her grow into something, because that is really their future, right? Is social media, is content creation. It's a real future. What was that like for you? Getting her on there, was it her idea? What was that like?
It was her idea. I always tell this story to other moms, like especially when we were traveling, because they would ask, how did Jordynne get into this? She was in Catholic school since kindergarten.
Okay.
And then she was in like 6th grade, I think, at the time, because her 6th grade teacher was like, what do you want to do when you grow up?
Yeah.
And Jordynne's response was, I want to be a model and an influencer. The teacher turns around and says, you need to pick something a little bit more realistic. Okay. Who gets the last laugh now? No, but seriously. And then she got involved with a modeling thing, and she said, Mom, I really want to do this. I'm like, okay. And she just did it herself, and we just supported her.
Okay.
My husband and I, her dad and I just supported her 110%. And
Okay.
she just knew what she wanted to do.
Did you manage the account? Were you monitoring the comments? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, so I'm logged into her stuff.
Okay.
And so I read all the comments. Sometimes I would comment for her because she had so many comments.
Yeah.
And of course, there's going to be people who say mean things. She's not bothered by it anymore.
That's great. She's developed a really thick skin to it.
You really do. At the end of the day, my page.
Yeah, exactly. Leslie, thank you so much for being here. My last question to you would be, if you had any advice that you could share with somebody just starting out, what would it be?
I would say just do it, because if you keep thinking like, oh, I don't know, like, how do I start? Just do it. Just start like practicing, like in front of the camera, get a product and start filming yourself and just do it. Don't hold back. And delve yourself into the community and into the training, because that's exactly what I literally went through every single video, and it was very helpful. So I would just say, don't hold back and just start and do it. Don't let anything hold you back.
That's awesome. Awesome. Leslie, thank you so much for joining me today. I can't wait to see what your next couple orders come in, and I will talk with you more in the community. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks so much for having me, Arbel. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.